Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan, and this chair is very low right now, and I feel
well. We got to do it for
small.
consistency.
I feel small. And
you also have a higher. Your hair is higher than
yeah, my hair.
Because I'm wearing a hat, it just pushes it all down. The shit you have to learn with you have to handle.
I'm not doing that.
We got a guest, by the way. His name's Paul.
Paul's back.
I'm here to referee these two weirdos.
Referee, I see.
It's pretty accurate.
It is very uncomfortable at this point. That's why I'm on this side of the table, and I'm gonna stay on this side of the table.
Yeah, if this table could
no
go wider,
if this table, is the line.
If this table could go wider, you'd probably appreciate that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know what's going on. They said they've seen it before, but yet either both of these have not seen everything.
I've seen Fight Club.
Right.
That means I know how to fight.
I do like Fight Club.
I'm about to hit y'all with these
All right. Anyway, it's the boys' finale. We're here for it. No longer named Assassination Run. It is now the season 4 finale.
It is still named Assassin Run on Plex.
On Plex it is, yes.
The metadata for that, so it automatically picked that one. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's the season 4 finale on Prime.
Yeah, for anyone who's in America would understand.
Yes. So we're not gonna get into any of that, but we are gonna get into this. All the shit that happened in this episode. There's a lot. Not as much weird sex stuff, finally. So
I'm
Dan's
happy about that.
Dan's happy.
It's not that I don't like. Well,
it's just
you want to start over?
Gratuitous violence.
All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. So let's get to it. All right. So this season has been not my favorite. I mentioned that in the last episode. It's been my least favorite season up to this point, up to episode 7. Episode 8 definitely is headed in the right direction for the rest of this show, where it's going. Mm-hmm. There is where we start. We're gonna start with the.
Well, there was the
shapeshifter. The shapeshifter. Yeah, let's start with the shapeshifter. Poor Huey.
He took whatever.
I like how they never revealed who it actually is. It's just like a random person, and they could be anybody.
Well, I
like that.
They said, I don't remember what my original, because they started shapeshifting as like a child.
Yes, and they took hold of their teacher. Yeah, that was cool.
So I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I look like. And then the whole thing just manipulated Huey.
Yeah, I did like how they showed him recognizing certain things like the keys and like how she takes 15 minutes to usually find her keys.
And isn't that cute?
It was, it was...
Well, for someone who's actually in a relationship besides you two, that's normal.
Yes.
You're going to pick up some things that your companion or loved one will do, and you'll be like, if they do with somebody else, like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but it took Huey 10 fucking days to figure it out.
I mean, he was busy blowing her back out.
I mean, yeah, he literally was.
God bless.
Yep. Did you say you fucked her like 20 times?
Yes.
20 times in 10 days. Libido on that guy, man.
Throwing it at him.
Like, no.
But he didn't initiate every time.
No skip days.
No skip hours. Huey was getting it in.
So that built up to the president was going to get assassinated, but then there was the vice president Newman. She is on some kind of talk show or news show with Homelander, and he just automatically comes out just like, Victoria Newman's a soup, and then he's like, I can prove it, and he just fucking lasers her, and she's just like, oh fuck. I think she tried to pop his head, but she couldn't. I think that's what she tried to do.
No, she just blocked the laser.
Did she block it? Okay.
Yeah, she blocks it. I had to watch that over and over because it happened so fast. Her eyes turned white real quick. And
like she was going to pop.
So I guess she had like I don't know, force field power on top of it that we never saw.
Or it's just regenerative. Or she just has like regenerative powers like every soup. So, yeah. It was cool to see. And then, so Homelander thinks he has this whole plan. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the shit. And then she mentions something that he doesn't realize. And he's like, I knew that. As he's walking away from her in the hallway. That one scene. It was right after though.
Well, she was just like, you have to control like everything.
Including like
half your fan base or something.
Yeah.
Or half your company.
Yeah, the company. And he didn't think about that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So then the president
Singer.
Yeah, he goes to the bunker.
He's going to the bunker. Yep, he's in the bunker, and he's saying all his Bobby lines from Supernatural, and I loved that so much. You know, you haven't seen Supernatural. Have you seen Supernatural?
Of course not.
Oh my god!
How would I watch it?
Oh my god! Well, he
Why
says
would I watch that
wow.
shit?
All right, it's okay.
47 years old.
He says
But the show was on for
balls-
20 years.
He says balls and idiot.
Balls and idiot. Yep, those are his 2 lines.
When the show came out, I was 20 years old. I was trying to be like Huey, bro. I was trying to get it in.
Fair point. Fair point. But yeah, so it was that was a nice little callback. Yeah, and so in there, Huey, Starlight, Kimiko, they're all in there, and yeah, the trickster, Jesus, the shapeshifter is trying to play games with them, and she's like, oh, she's sweating, and then Huey starts remembering that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what she
so
said.
does she just run hot or like?
She
I
runs
think,
hot.
I think she
It's
gets
like a furnace in
it's
here.
Like, it's like when she
Yeah.
takes over a body, she can only has to regenerate, so she's burning up over time.
Yeah, because that's what the girl in the closet said. It's like a furnace in here, and he was like, "Oh," and he has a really bad poker face, and so does MM. They have terrible poker faces.
And then like because MM gets that hand thing,
Yeah.
he starts like doing that. And then,
I was convinced he was gonna have another heart attack.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
Just like this is too much.
oh, my
It's funny, like
my
they,
man.
They have MM be like have like heart attacks, and the one season he's actually like healthy.
Yes.
Like he got ripped for
Poor-
this one
kills
season.
me.
Well, he didn't get ripped. He cut this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
It's
too
just-
big.
that whole thing is just a weird commentary on black men in America with all the hip hop t-shirts. Respect. That's why I got the Jay-Z on for my man MM. Because every shirt he has on is a different hip hop group.
And every shirt Huey has on is a different like '70s group.
Yeah.
So it's great. We're getting to Butcher. He was the last time we saw him. He collapsed in the bar.
dying.
So
Yep.
and now he's in a hospital. And yeah, what's her face?
Mallory?
Mallory.
Grace Mallory. Jinx, you almost said it. Grace, she comes in and visits him, and eventually Ryan ends up in there too.
I think that's what the setup was.
Oi, oi, oi.
It was set up that way to bring Ryan there,
Yes, to trap him.
to trap him.
Well, that didn't work out too well. It did at first.
Well, the one person you don't expect to die in the show died.
Yeah, Grace. She
Wait, you didn't expect Grace to die?
I didn't expect Mallory to die because she was always playing in the background. She wasn't out
Yeah,
the main character.
she
that
was
you thought
she was in a
the-
desperate mode with her. She's like
Yeah.
she's trying to. She probably did actually really like Ryan, but
yeah.
it's just
She was
she
dead
was
this-
another mother figure to him.
She was
And-
dead the second she started like panicking and freaking out and like
Yeah,
pleading with him. Like,
and-
oh, okay, she's dead. You know,
we saw that
because
a lot.
that's not her character like at all.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people panicking and didn't die.
But Ryan
Yeah.
has never
Well,
killed
that's what I'm saying.
anybody on purpose. That's the other
true.
thing. He has this morally gray ground that
Yeah.
he's
He's
playing.
a kid, bro. Like he's a kid who's being
And we're-
raised by a sociopath.
Yeah, and we're never gonna find out until the last second in season 5 which side he's gonna be on, because that's Eric Kripke did that before in Supernatural. So he's going back to his old tricks. So
I'm hoping they do a little bit of a time jump. Let's age this kid up a little bit.
Well, they got it.
I mean,
because
he's 17 now, so
he's literally
yeah.
he literally did a TikTok. It's like everyone saw my voice cracks.
Yeah.
Through the whole season.
Hey, I love how he's
Like
making
10.
fun of it. He's great.
know?
He's great.
I mean, we need him a little older
Yeah.
at this point, just to make it make sense.
For sure. But yeah, so Mallory's dead. And then we get going back to Starlight and all them in the bunker. So the shapeshifters just causing havoc and all
Killing
that stuff.
everybody.
Killing all the Secret Service agents. No Secret Service agent is safe in this show. And yeah, so then it's a Starlight fight. Just Battle of the Starlights. It was pretty cool to see Annie just going fucking ham.
Chokes her out.
Like that was a good fight scene. That was a really good fight
It was a
scene.
strong fight scene. Kill Kamiko. My girl Kamiko got a.
Oh, she got her neck snapped around.
wow.
My God, how many times has she died this season and not actually
bro.
died?
Shorty she built different.
I know, honestly. Oh my God.
She badass.
I didn't know that she could regrow limbs though.
Yeah, they did that,
That
a couple
was-
times. Yeah, they did a couple
Okay, yeah,
times.
because I was confused. It was like Frenchie's cutting off her leg.
Yeah,
in the
nah,
last
she
episode.
regrew limbs a few times in the show.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So at this point, Huey escapes and all that stuff, and he gets a call from Newman, and she's just like, "I want out." She's trying to
Yeah.
get out and all that stuff. So they gotta all meet up at like this brewery place, wherever the hell they are. And then Butcher shows up and
Yeah, she's
wreaks absolute havoc.
she's
He looks a lot healthier, so Kessler is in full control at this point.
yeah.
And
And let's not skip over Homelander wiping out Vought.
yeah. Well, I was getting there. Yeah. Homelander wiping out Vought. We'll get to in just a second. But yeah, Butcher absolutely obliterates Newman, covers her eyes, covers her mouth, and she can't use her powers. And oh man. That was
Hard.
and all the blood just goes all over Huey, which is so fucking ironic.
I love how they set that up though, because it's just like we're not playing games anymore.
Yeah.
It's like we're not doing this.
They mentioned war games in this episode too. Yeah.
I was just so like for the last like 3 seasons, it's always been like, you know, like why doesn't Homelander just fucking do what he did to Newman, just like expose her, you know, just fucking go wild.
It goes all the way back to the episode of me a few weeks back where it's like you could have left at any time, but he wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing goes back to that too.
Well, now he's got.
But now
what's her face?
Yeah.
Firecracker, who's
Sick.
she's sick now
Because all the drugs she's taking and her boobs keep getting bigger. It's just a whole fucking mess. So
drain those things.
well,
I think that sickness is going to either affect him in some way.
this is a good thought. It's a good thought.
I was like, at first I was thinking,
He gets like,
I really thought like because Sister Sage really hated her,
right.
was sometimes slowly poisoning her that would also affect him because she understood all the angles.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
It would have been
Like that
very
would make
interesting
sense for Sister Sage to do.
Yeah.
Death by breast milk.
Well,
It's so
it could like
on the
slow
nose for
him
the
down.
boys.
Maybe it might not be like the ultimate like killing
man.
Maybe to
thing.
weaken him or some shit.
Yeah,
We're gonna kill the worst villain in the whole show.
But yeah, so
Breast milk.
he has to kill everyone who had dirt on Vaughn.
It fits the show.
It's like how remember we did Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And we said like, oh, a really shitty theory would be if like the whole show was just a D&D campaign. I hated it.
I still like that theory.
We at the time you hated it too.
I know.
We all like shit on it in the TikTok, and then everyone in the comments is like, why would that be bad? I'm like, it only worked one time ever, and it's just in Wizard of Oz. No, it's never worked anywhere else.
Well, all right. Well, before the death by breast milk thing, he orders to kill everyone who has dirt on Vought at the
Yes.
company. So
like everyone.
deep in Noir, just hunting people down. Who's Ashley? Where's
Ashley?
Everyone's Ashley.
I don't like Noir at all. Like I was hoping for more from that character because when we saw him fly, I was like, oh, this dude's gonna be badass.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just keep lessening and not giving us any information on this new Noir.
I think they're
It's just
saving it.
like,
Or they don't know where they want to go with it.
So
It just sucks.
maybe this is a plot hole or something, but I remember seeing something where like they had like an episode from the season 1 where they're just having like a regular meeting at the 7, and I'm pretty sure Starlight's in there, so it had to be like season 1.
Okay.
And you just see Noir sleeping, falling asleep in the meeting, and so a lot of people were like, "Hey, that's like an Easter egg that he's narcoleptic." But that's the old Noir.
Yep.
Yeah.
This new Noir definitely has the narcolepsy.
Yeah.
So is that just like a plot hole?
the
or
actor
just
has narcolepsy. I think they were just kind of
Well,
like
he's
poking
not-
fun at
really?
it.
Yeah.
The actor has narcolepsy. Yeah.
Oh.
Because at first I didn't even think he was a suit.
Yeah, that would.
I thought he was just a straight up actor, just filling in the role.
Yeah.
because they killed the guy
Yeah.
with the bat.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's just like, all right. And then
he
we
fucking
find out
flies.
he can fly.
All right.
All right. And then no payoff there.
No.
Is he, are they going to play it off and actually go to the comics and say, well, this Noir is a clone of the last Noir?
I mean,
It's hard to say where they're
Yeah.
gonna go with it.
I mean, yeah. If they bring in cloning, that could set up stuff for a whole other season.
Well, I mean, that's the basis of the comic.
Yeah, where Homelander is the.
Noir,
Noir's-
Noir is a clone of Homelander, which I like that.
I don't know. If you want to talk about inconsistency, though, or like,
Well, I think
just
they're
look at Frenchie's storyline. What the?
Well, I think the
fuck,
clone of
bro?
Homelander they're going with is Ryan. That's what they're going with.
Yeah.
And it's going to set up that for the
I
final
mean, it's
season.
fine, but we really believe a little kid's going to beat a grown man.
With the help of his grandfather.
With the help of his... All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I think they're going to turn... Well, obviously A-Train is going to come back in the next season. They're going to turn Soldier Boy, and then it's going to be...
Maybe.
Are they going to
Crazy.
bring in who's Jared Padalecki playing?
Don't know yet. He doesn't... He just had talks.
Well, it would. I don't want it to just be a cameo, but
I think he's going to be a supporting character.
that's good. Maybe Maeve will come back. No.
I want Maeve to come back. She was sorely missed this season.
Yeah, and then
Obviously,
who else is missing?
that's what I want to talk about. Cameos this next season.
What?
That's the thing I want to talk
bald one?
about.
I love Ashley. She took the V.
She's
she
got a
hulked
10th
out.
V.
We don't know what happened.
She's hulking out, but then there's also like when it cuts to a wide shot of like the TV and then her back there, the TV is glitching. Like there's some kind of
got, like,
electromagnetic thing going on.
I'm hoping she gets a badass. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I hope she grows hair back.
Let her be bald headed.
I
She's
saw
gonna
it-
be gnarly looking, bro.
I saw an interview with her, and then like some of the things she was theorizing might happen to Ashley is like maybe she'll get like crazy armpit hair or something that like can grab people. I'm just like, stop.
Yeah, literally, MM got knocked out by a guy with a big ass dick.
All right, dude,
Yeah.
He was a big part of the show. I had no idea.
this dude is
Yeah.
beat up MM in every single season.
Love,
Yes.
love sausage.
Because when they go to Red River, he chokes him out there.
At least from season 2, 3, and 4, for
Yes.
sure.
He's knocks him out constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw somebody post it. I was like, oh,
I don't remember
So
this
is-
guy like at all.
he's been.
Love sausage was in. He was the guy that opened the door at Herogasm.
Herogasm, yeah. I thought he died because he was all burnt up at Herogasm. I thought he was.
I don't think Danny paid attention through all of Herogasm. He's like, I don't like this.
They keep bringing this dude back.
I was,
It's a weird power to keep bringing back.
Yeah.
I've only seen Herogasm once.
So have I.
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's the highest. It's the highest rated episode in the whole show.
Is it?
Why?
Is it?
Because people
Yeah, it's
like
like a
gratuitous
9.6.
sex and violence. Let's call it, man. It's America, bro. Let's call it.
You know, I'll take your word for it.
It's
I don't want to look it up.
It's
Like it was really cool to
Gratuitous
see
sex.
Homelander and Soldier Boy fight. Like that was cool, but I don't.
gratuitous sex and violence, man.
Like, well, I think I'm trying to think.
It's
of the
the
best
fan base,
episode.
bro.
I
It's the
want to
fan
say
base.
my favorite episode is like the season 2 finale, when
Because that was when it was at its peak.
when everyone blows up, when Ryan blows up his own mom and shit.
Oh, and then Stormfront, yeah.
It's like, Shiza.
So what other cameos do we think we're going to see next season? Like, who else do we think we're going to see again, possibly? Because we've seen, like, a bunch of people.
Well, you're gonna see every single suit.
We better, I'm just really pissed off about the pointlessness that was Frenchie's arc. So I just want to see Colin again, just to finish that up. It's pissing me off.
I think the reason they did Colin this season, which obviously is not, it wasn't worth it, that whole arc.
Yeah, well, he
but I
goes
think it
away.
just shows how Kimiko and Frenchie are supposed to be together. And I think that's the whole thing they were going with in this whole season, just leading up to that.
In a way, he had to clean up his past, and that was the thing that had the most weight in his past. And he finally he faced it.
And now all the stuff in her past is still coming up, and now she's finally.
But she even faced her past with
She
the one
did.
girl with the scar.
But, like, she's
Now she
still
can
out.
talk.
Yeah.
well,
Well,
we don't know that. She
we
just
don't
said
know.
a word.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
She could
Poor-
always
Fair
talk.
enough. Fair enough.
poor Kimiko. That scene was so heart wrenching.
And the only ones who got away at the end are Starlight and Butcher.
Well, Kessler.
And
Who?
Kessler.
Yeah, right now he's basically
it's
Kessler.
Kessler now.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah, Butcher ain't real anymore. Butcher's dead. The Butcher we know is
the
dead.
concept of Butcher, it really
Oi.
was just Becca at this point, wouldn't it? Becca.
So let's go to Sage. Her phase 2 plan. What is that gonna consist
off,
of?
I think it's still all her.
I think it's been all her. She's a puppet master's puppet master.
She's a supervillain.
I love the fact that she literally left her playbook on the table and no one read it. And then when she came back, she picked that book back up.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
See? Yeah, you got to pay attention. Because when she left, she put it down on the table. And then when she came back, she picked it right back up. And she was just like,
What if somebody did read it and they just don't know? What if like Ashley read it or something, or like
I don't think Ashley's that smart.
maybe A-Train did? He's kind of smart.
He might have sneak a peek.
Well, remember, they knew each other from way back. And she was using them. She knew. And the crazy thing is, she could have threw him under the bus. And she said, nah, I'm going to use him to throw misinformation to do my bidding in a very strategic way. And then you get Firecracker like, oh no,
I got boobs.
I got boobs and love me. Like, whatever, bro. Like that whole part of it is just is goofy, but at the same time, like, listen to the people who are smarter than you sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Homelander's not wise though. He's not
So
gonna do that
what
shit.
is her plan though? Like, what's she gonna do?
Well, they're going for world domination because
Like, phase 2 is the world. It was the U.S. for the first phase.
Well, did you? All right, after the show ended, they started putting out promotional posters.
Yep.
And you see Homelander standing in front of the capitals of every single capital all over the world. Like he's standing in front of, you see him in front of the Kremlin, you see him standing in front of Parliament and the White House.
All
and
that
it's
stuff,
I'm like, yeah. And then they just released a new one. I don't know if you saw it.
Probably not.
Where it's Butcher walking up to the White House.
Well, that's like the comic. Yeah.
Yes, but then you see all the soups in the sky above it. I like that if they go that route.
They got to have that visual.
It's a promo or a poster?
It's like a promo poster.
So like a moving poster. Looking
No. It's like a comic strip almost. It's like a panel.
I don't know. Is that from the actual comic though? Like that might just be torn from the comic.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they've been doing all that, January 6th. And then it's going to be a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, they're
going to give us a global pandemic to kill soups. And
But Butcher's the only one that has it. So this is going to be interesting to see what he does with it.
he's going to make it airborne. I mean, that's the only logical way for him to go.
You're right.
He has no choice.
And now Newman's daughter is now also at the Red River Institute, where Newman grew up, where Marie Moreau grew up.
And it makes nothing but evil people.
Yeah.
But you know what? At least what's his name? Her grandfather's still alive. And I think he's going to get her out. Because we've forgotten about him.
What, Stan?
Stan.
Okay.
Stan's out in the streets.
No, I thought he went back.
No. Man, you missed that. When they cut up
They fucking interrupted the whole mission, and I thought they took him back.
No, Newman got him out.
Newman got him out.
And they had that look because they knew when they saw that leg, they knew that Samir's leg was cut off, that he didn't die.
So they stopped him when he was getting away.
Yeah.
And then they killed all the guards or whatever.
Yeah, she set him free.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go because he loves his granddaughter, so he's definitely gonna go get her.
Yeah, he's gonna have to find help.
So are we gonna see what's even her name?
I forget her name.
We're gonna see her versus Ryan, maybe.
No, I think she's just gonna be protected. I think Stan will come and get her and whisk her away somewhere because he went underground.
That might be a plot in Gen V season 2.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be for Gen V.
That's where they are.
Yeah. Well, that's where Kimiko is.
Kimiko, yeah.
Because that prison was made for soups. Humans are going to camps.
They're going to the prisons, Tech Knight's prisons.
Yeah. His camps.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But damn.
So it's going to be interesting to see that. So the teams we got going on, if they're all in the same prison, we got Huey, we got Frenchie, we got MM all in the same prison, and then we got all the soups, I guess, Kimiko and
all the kids from Gen V.
I'll get some Gen V.
They're gonna have to.
If Kimiko is like a main in Gen V season 2, I'd be okay with that.
Should be about the prison break. I'm with that. I think that whole season should be about that prison.
That would be cool. Oh, that would be really cool.
Because you're gonna need them.
Yeah,
you're gonna need them in this fight.
I like it.
Oh, the kids,
yeah. Gen V season 2 will be out next year, and then it's 2 years from now will be the boys.
That'll work.
Yeah.
It's a good setup. Hopefully it works. Hopefully we get a good final season.
I would hope so.
No Game of Thrones. No Game of Thrones. No Game of Thrones.
Oh God! Don't even say that.
That is the low watermark for any final season now.
I can count on 2 fingers the shows that have ended well that I've enjoyed.
Just 2?
2. Breaking Bad and Succession.
Not even Better Call Saul?
Wow, yeah, for real.
Better Call Saul had a good ending.
I stand corrected. 3.
I got way more than 3. It's Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Succession, The Wire.
I knew you were going to say that.
The Wire's a badass show.
I can't speak to that one.
I would have said The Sopranos, but
no,
I can't.
It's just not.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's a great final season. Just that final freaking 3 minutes.
I didn't even like the final season.
I like the final season.
I like the second half of the final season.
I like the final season. It's just that last 5 minutes. I was one of those people.
Yeah,
I was late for work for that, bro. like that really. Yeah, there's a couple other shows I would say. 6 Feet Under, a lot of HBO shows.
Haven't seen it, so I haven't seen a lot of the potentially good.
So they haven't seen it before.
No, I guess not.
Movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he hasn't.
We won't even go down that path.
I've seen more TV than movies.
I've seen more movies than TV.
And I've seen more both than both of you.
Anyway,
Nature
the boys. That's all I got on the boys.
Well,
So-
we can rate the season now.
Oh yeah, I guess we can rate the season.
How do you rate this season?
I don't. Well, yeah, that's exactly. How do you rate the season? I mean,
Well, I know.
So,
I rated a solid.
we'd
70.
have to rate the rest of the seasons too.
Out of 100?
Yeah, out of 100.
You giving it a 70?
maybe even like 68.
Oh, that's too low. That's too low.
It was not a good season for me.
No, it wasn't. But I still think it's gonna get like a 75 from me.
It's passing. It's entertaining at times, but like, come on, man! Like the quality.
I'm going to be
standards
honest
of the
with you.
show had.
I'm going to give it a 65. And if I rewatch it, I think I'll bump it up to a 70.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it'll get a 70 on the rewatch.
Okay, best way I can.
At least it
describe
has rewatchability.
Yes, it does. It does. It does.
best-
Except for that one episode.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that ever again. But the best word I can describe is just directionless, like for the whole season, because I still have no idea.
Yeah.
Like you could have really just done it in one episode, just the end, this last episode. That's all you need. You got to cross, you know.
I think they were trying to do too much on the nose, satire, political commentary.
The guy that plays
It did too much.
Laz Alonso, he was saying he wants season 5 to end on a massive cliffhanger, and then they do a movie for the last thing.
No.
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 No?
This is not something that should be in theaters.
Well, like a
The show is too gross.
a
Wanna see
prime
an orgy
movie.
in a
a, pri-
theater?
a prime movie.
I don't even want to see that. I'm done with the whole, we did a show, we have to do a movie.
seasons a movie.
But you have to have the movie has to like the storyline and the characters have to justify the movie. Like the reason that we like a TV show is because these are like harder to understand characters and you're with them
Yes,
longer.
yes.
And you have these short, small storylines or storylines that are way too big to fit into a movie.
True.
So that's the problem with like the only reason BMS, Blue Mountain State.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember they made a movie?
I remember they made one. I didn't
Oh
watch it.
yeah.
It
The
was
Rise
a
of
shit movie.
Fadland.
Yeah, it was clearly just a 20-minute episode that they just extended into an hour and
Yeah.
a half, and it
Yeah.
sucked so bad.
But it's Alan Richson.
Well, I like him. He's doing good now.
No movies from shows unless you do the movie first and then you make a show like Dune is going to do, and I'm all about that.
Dune. I haven't seen the newest trailer for Dune Prophecy, but
You're not worried that they're gonna just like because they're doing all original material.
I'm good with that. Because there's a lot there that you can just start with.
You can infer.
Yeah, you can infer a lot.
I don't hold the Dune books that sacred.
Because I don't hold them sacred either, even though I'm a big fan. But this is,
I mean, hell, that's what they did with Acolyte, right?
Yeah.
well, Acolyte's a different beast though.
yeah.
But Acolyte, there's a lot out there. Dune, there's not that much out there. You just have
True.
the books
True.
and 3 movies. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the TV shows, they sucked. I'm sorry. If you don't like
It's
them,
got James McAvoy in it though. He's good.
For what?
for what?
He's in Children of Dune.
Okay, so.
I'm just saying he's in it. It's cool.
And it's cool because James
It's
McAvoy
cool to see a big name actor in a small TV show.
in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Back when they were Sifi.
Bro, fucking Tom Hardy gets killed. Like he's on screen for like 2 seconds in Band of Brothers, and he gets killed. He gets in a car crash or something.
Yeah.
After the war.
Bro. No.
That's cool. I think this. Whatever.
All right. Well, it seems like we're wrapping things up here. So we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE it Beforecast. And on X with the handle SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Was, my letterbox and serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was. I haven't posted like literally anything. I don't know why I still
You say this every time.
I know I do.
It's part of your. It's part of your outro now. It's
Yes. Well, I mememorized like Welcome Back to Seen It Before. I remember I had to.
I know you had to have a piece of paper every time to read it. It was like,
Yeah.
my guy.
Anyway, Pooh Greaves.
I am Pooh Greaves, and you can find me here. That's it.
What about Pooh 130?
Try.
Let's try.
Try if you want to. It's private.
Oh,
Get it in his DMs.
Yeah, you have to send a request to get to me at this point on the social media.
Oh man. So Deadpool and Wolverine will be out next week, and
we'll be in Philly.
we'll be in Philly for a little remote podcast. But we'll
Yeah.
actually have videos. It won't be like
try to-
won't be my head on a Homelander body again. And it's
We
gonna-
did a couple virtual.
We had to
I
for
made a
episode
picture of
6
them.
and 7. We had to have virtual.
You guys keep that to yourselves. I don't want to know what you're doing.
Bro,
virtually.
it just.
He's here. I'm
not like
elsewhere.
that.
it's definitely like that.
But we
It
were
is.
talking
It is
about
the boys.
The Huey episode.
Oh
Remember that?
God. Oh God. Anyway, we'll see you next time.